The Steam Deck has a plethora of titles to enjoy, and honestly it was tough picking just 5 awesome rhythm games to feature today. This list is my personal opinion, and if your favourite rhythm game isn't here, let me know in the comments. There are so many great rhythm games on deck, and I'm sure that I'll be featuring more soon. The list isn't in any particular order, so let's get going. DJMAX Respect V is one of my most played rhythm games, and it feels right at home on the Steam Deck. I first experienced this South Korean beauty way back on the PSP almost 20 years ago. It's a traditional vertical scrolling rhythm game where notes fall down the highway shown on screen and need to be pressed in time with the music. DJMAX Respect features literally hundreds of songs spanning many genres. The base game comes with over 150 songs, and there are literally hundreds of DLC songs split into packs across the entire DJMAX series. Highlights include crossover packs with songs from games such as Muse Dash, Groove Coaster, Tunithm, Citus, and even Tekken. DJMAX Respect features 4, 5, 6, and 8 button modes, and despite showing unsupported for some reason, possibly due to some charts that are designed for keyboard, the game runs flawlessly on deck and is an absolute blast to play. The game retails for £32.99 or $49.99, but it is regularly on sale and it's available extremely cheaply if you shop around. DJMAX Respect V currently has a whopping 235 achievements in total and will take up just under 32 gigabytes of space. I'm not sure what the V stands for, probably not vagina, and FYI, you need an internet connection to play. Crypt of the NecroDancer is a hard as award-winning roguelike rhythm game. The only other game like it is the Nintendo Switch exclusive Cadence of Hyrule, both being developed by Brace Yourself Games. The game is basically a hybrid between dungeon crawler and disco, and has you and your enemies both moving to the beat. I'm not ashamed to say I've never gotten to the final dungeon with even the base character Cadence, but the replayability of this game is insane, and each run is punishing but fair, with your character bopping around the dungeon and using a shovel on the wall when you need to skip a beat. There are 15 playable characters in the base game, plus multiplayer was also added for up to 8 people in co-op and versus in the most recent DLC. And oh my god, they have a Hatsune Miku DLC! I know what I'm playing later. I really can't express the value here enough. It's a game that will take dozens of hours to get good at, and many will never manage to complete all the achievements, of which there are 61. And if you do somehow get bored, mods are also supported too now with the Synchrony DLC. To top everything off, Crypt of the NecroDancer is Steam Deck verified and will use just over 2 gigabytes of space. And if you're quick, it's actually currently on sale at 80% off, just £2.55 or $2.99, which is an absolute steal. It's a game I've owned on Steam Deck, Switch, and PlayStation. Just be prepared to get your ass kicked. Next up, we have Aaero and Aaero 2, which I've bundled together because you can buy them bundled together. Aaero 2 released on Steam less than a week ago, and I've linked the review at the top if you want to check out my complete thoughts. Like Crypt of the NecroDancer, Aaero 1 and 2 are also a mixture of genres, this time rhythm and rail shooting. You control a ship that has to follow ribbons in time to the music to enhance your multiplayer, while often simultaneously dealing with enemy ships, all to the thumping Monster Cat soundtrack. Both games feature a variety of songs, largely consisting of EDM. There are several boss levels in each game that are exciting to play, and if it all sounds a bit avant-garde, there's a free demo of the second game to download from Steam to try it. Aaero is listed for Steam Deck as playable, has 92 achievements, and takes up just over 2 gigabytes of space for £10.99 or $14.99. Aaero 2 currently shows compatibility unknown, but I have played through the game on deck, so I know it works well and it should be verified soon. Aaero 2 features 100 achievements and takes up just over 5 gigabytes of space. It's also currently on an introductory price of £11.51 or $13.49, including a 10% discount. Next up, we've got almost everyone's favourite Vocaloid character in Hatsune Miku Project Diva Mega Mix Plus. Despite the ever so slightly lengthy name, Project Diva is a relatively straightforward game, and when playing on the Steam Deck has you pressing the face buttons or corresponding D-pad direction in time to the vocals to a load of catchy, largely extremely Japanese pop music from a variety of artists. The base game features over 170 songs, with more available as DLC, over 4 difficulties, with extreme difficulty being Extreme. Project Diva features several Vocaloid characters, and you have the option of choosing a rather obscene amount of outfits and accessories for them, if that's your thing. Personally, I'm just happy playing the music, which is largely very uplifting and positive. Project Diva transitions to the Steam Deck effortlessly, having been available for some time already on PS4 and Nintendo Switch, and of course arcades if you're lucky enough to live near one. Project Diva Mega Mix Plus is listed for the Steam Deck as playable, with the only issue being some text is small or difficult to read. It's colourful and oh so fluffy, and totally worth your time. Mega Mix Plus has a total of 54 achievements and will take up a rather sizable chunk of just under 33GB, but it's totally worth it. The game costs £34.39 or $39.39, but again, shop around as it can be bought for much cheaper elsewhere. And speaking of sexualized outfits, the last game I'm featuring today is Muse Dash. Muse Dash is a rhythm game where you kill enemies to the beat. The game looks absolutely beautiful on the Steam Deck screen with colourful, cartoony graphics, though don't let that fool you into thinking it's easy because the higher difficulties are not. It sounds simple and it really is. It's similar in many ways to Taiko no Tatsujin, which means that it's super accessible to start playing. Muse Dash is stupendously good value. It retails for just £2.99 or $2.99, not sure what's happening with the conversion there, and contains 62 songs in the base game. It's clear that Pero Games price their game low because it's basically like crack that has you addicted in minutes. You probably won't be able to stop yourself buying the Muse Plus DLC, which unlocks a mouth-watering 500 or so more songs for another £27.99 or $34.99. Unfortunately, this doesn't unlock future songs in the game in the same way that the original Just As Planned DLC did, though at less than 18 pence a song, it's still absolutely worth it. I mean, who says no to songs at this price? Muse Dash is also available on phones, tablets and Nintendo Switch, but feels like a perfect fit on deck. Just a word of advice though, change the default controls because it will make things a lot easier as things get tougher. I'm not sure why Pero went with the default controls for controllers. Muse Dash features 39 achievements and somehow manages to squeeze all those songs into a relatively tiny 3.53GB package. Oh, and by the way, Muse Dash includes, let's call them melons. So, if that's your thing, then check out the character select screen where there's melons galore. That's all for today, people. I hope you enjoyed the video, and if you did, check out my full Aaero 2 review here. Bye bye for now.